the second that he buffs, because he could also have buffs, be it through Power Cascade, he could also have Dragon's Clutch. There's many different ways that he can get himself into the same kind of stat line. But let's see whether or not he does. Sheet. Sheet, yeah, no, Power Cascade, yeah, no. Hello, Gomez here from the LAN Up channel. The cards, they are out, and so it's time to be experimenting with them. So I've got a dragon deck for you today, with obviously Shyvana and whatnot. So let's just get into this. So the deck is called Death from Above because obviously the dragon's coming in from over high, killing from above. So that's the plan that we're doing here. So there are no 1-drops in this deck, so that's important to note that you're not going to have anything for turn 1. But turn 2, you got the Lieutenant and you got the Researcher. You also got Herald. So you should be. So when you're mulliganing, it depends on what you've got in your hand. If you've got a dragon, obviously you want to be going for him, or you kind of want to keep these two, definitely, or the Herald, because the Herald's going to be bringing down the cost of your dragons, because the rest of it is obviously all about dragons. The main thing, it depends on your matchup, because you need to remember that obviously Bilgewater and Tom Kench, especially now, will take a weak person like a Herald and be like, or make it rain. So you need to be careful obviously with that, but these other ones are really good. Turn 1's the Egg Researcher. If you don't have a dragon in hand but you have this guy and you have a Researcher, at least he can give you the dragon to at least make this behold. So apart from that, you got your heals as well as draw, single combat, because there's so I've got both single combat and strafing strike. It's to give you more the reason why there's only 2 of both, but there is both of them. Now the reason for it being is so that it gives you the options, especially when dealing with somebody like Tom Kench, to be able to try to get that damage in, to be able to kill him before it becomes too late and he starts eating too many people. So you need to be careful. So that's to try and counter him. Dragon's Clutch, there's 3 of them because you've got so many dragons, you're going to just draw into your dragons. Depends on obviously what the board state is. If you've got a bunch of your dragons, you can go for the buff, but most of the time this is going to be used for that draw, to draw those dragons out, to help with the deck draw, because there's not, apart from Guiding Touch, there's no other real draw. So Dragon's Clutch is definitely your draw for all of your dragons. Obviously you got your champions, so Shyvana, because like she's just devastating once you level up. She also creates a fleeting strafing strike in hand, which is helpful for just those trade-offs and trying to eliminate everything from your opponent's side of the board, as well as buffing your minions and giving them a little bit of heals. Obviously, you've got the dragons. Concerted strike, yet again, along the same lines as these. It's just so good to have a striking thing. I did think about putting Judgment, but Judgment is such a late game mechanic, and if you don't have the board for it and you top deck a Judgment, it's not the best. Whereas at least Concerted Strike gives, there's chances where that can be cut. If you get that in hand early, it's only 5 cost. With saving mana in hand, there's a chance that's going to come out, whereas obviously Judgment could just be a dead card in your hand. I might end up changing my mind and swapping Judgment in at some point. The only other card I might consider swapping in at some point is Disguised Descend, because obviously how many dragons you're going to discount that, and so that 15 damage would be a magnificent. I've decided not to put ASOL in this deck. Technically, ASOL is obviously the other dragon champion that could work in this deck, and there's no reason not to have him. My main reason why I decided to not put ASOL in this deck is because a lot of this deck is all about building that board, starting there. Like you almost want to be killing your opponent before turn 10, because you've got the rallying behold dragon, lookout, and because the idea is just getting those stats up really quickly with like a strafing strikes, single combats, concerted strikes. Like the late, you're hoping to kill your opponent before turn 10. That's like the whole purpose, like in terms of like, that's how I foresee this. It might be completely wrong. I just feel that his late gameness might be a little bit too late. Admittedly, he would be perfect because he would probably level up really quickly. Because if you get those dragons up, drop him down, most likely you're gonna have his 25 plus stat line. I'm not saying that he's a bad choice. Definitely a soul could fit into this deck, and at some point I might end up throwing him in the deck. But for now, I'm gonna leave him on the sidelines because I think he's a little bit too late game for the strategy. But as I said, could be completely wrong. I might end up, as I said, changing out one of the big ones. I've mainly got 3 copies of this because every single time that a dragon's going to be killing, you're putting yet again more dragons in your deck. Because the other dragon who I did consider was Brewmother, because Brewmother obviously is the scout dragon, so attacking forward and then attacking forward again, especially when you're using rally. I did consider, but I really wanted 3 copies of this. I definitely wanted a Mind Splitter in there because of being able to keep things back and stun them, like especially like Lee and Zed at this moment in time. Like having the ability to be able to stun them is really important at the moment. As the meta changes, I might end up changing my mind about Mind Splitter and end up taking it out, maybe put Brewmother in. But right now, this is what I've gone with, considering the fact, because we are still coming out of the old meta. So they're still seeing some remnants of it, and so you kind of need that splitter just for the stuns on people like Lee and like Zed. But yes, definitely I can see that potentially changing around. And then obviously you've just got the other dragons. Spell Shield Dragon's really nice. You got your Challenge Dragon, so you can start getting things out. Yeah, and obviously this dragon just buffs everyone up. So I put 2 copies of him in the deck. So yeah, that's the idea behind here. As I said, this might find its way in here at some point, and ASOL might find his way in here at some point. I've actually technically, other than Guiding Touch, got no healing spell, so potentially Star Shaping, like for my core, Star Shaping or what's his face, like being able to heal my dragons back up again. So there's obviously a few things which have become prevalent. You might even put Soraka in this deck, heals with dragons. Like technically this could become a thing, but right now this is the deck that I've gone with for the Death from Above deck. Please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. If you decide to use this deck, please let me know how it goes. I would love to hear your films or any changes that you think should be made. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. I do also, shameless plug time, I stream, which is so Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. I stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. If you want to catch the action live, if you want to most likely come and watch me make many mistakes and foolishness of myself, which has been done massively in the past, feel free to join in on the comedy of us just enjoying ourselves. I do play viewer decks. I do duel against viewers as well. So if you want to come in and enjoy the action live, please feel free to on those days. The link should be down below, as well as the fact that it just appeared up there. I do also post all my memes, and the memes that you've been seeing on the show are on Twitter and Instagram as well. So I said those options are there. There's also the Discord link down below if you want to talk to me at any point. We also have a games night and a movie night in there. So if you want to join those, get on mic, talk to Gomez and call him a prick, please feel free to. It's up to you. I do also at this moment in time for this month have a giveaway where I'm giving away 2 of these Thrash Lanterns which do light up. If you want to know how to get involved with that for this spooky month of October, I have got a brief advertisement that will appear right now. If you don't want to see it, then just skip forward about a minute or so. It's only that short, so quickly cue the advertisement. We are in the spooky month of October, and so Gomez is doing a giveaway where he's giving away 2 of these lamps. So they do light up. Quickly cue light up action. Yes, so I'm giving away 2 of these. One of them can just go to anyone who just does the giveaway thing, so I will quickly demonstrate. If you go into the bottom corner and click on the nuts, as you're watching, you're collecting nuts, and you can redeem them. You can redeem as many giveaway tickets as you want, because all those names will go into the random generator at the end, and then whoever, which it just at the end of the month, whatever name comes up, you're getting one of these lamps. And then the second one is going to be only for subscribers. So literally all you got to do is subscribe, and then if you do so, then it puts you into the pool. Yet again, it'd be a random draw just out of the subscribers to see who gets the second one of these lamps. But also, if we reach our subscriber goal, Gomez will be playing some horror games, and that's just going to be good times for all of you and terrible times for me, most likely. So have fun. This month is all about having fun, good times, Legends of Runeterra and everything else. So thank you, and next until we speak again, which will be in moments when this advert ends. But yes, do not feel that you have to get involved with that. It's just giving you the option. I also have a personal goal where I'm trying to reach either 1,000 subscribers on YouTube or 1,000 followers on Twitch by the end of the year. If you want to get involved and help out and like support, if you're enjoying the content, then why not? But if you want to support, do not feel forced. It's just saying that I love all the support that I've been getting so far. It's been amazing. Thank you all so much. It does mean a lot. I've been getting so many followers, so many subscribers. So thank you all so much for believing in this curly-haired, mustachioed man's dream of wanting to entertain you all. So thank you all so much. Honestly, it does mean so much to me. It means the world to me. So thank you. Anyway, don't worry about that. If you don't want to get involved, this content's going to be coming out nonetheless, so it's up to you. But let's get in and see how this deck do in a couple of matchups. Okay, I mean, stuns, it does make sense. It does make sense. Stuns with, what's his face? Because there is obviously the Arachnoid Sentry, and his Ravenous Flock does do damage to stun minions as well as damaged minions, so I'm not going to lie. The plan there does make sense. Oh, do I keep the... Actually, I'm going to throw away Dragon's Clutch. I might end up regretting that decision. But yeah, no. I mean, the thing is, yeah, you're probably thinking, why am I listening to this fool who's in such a low rank? It's because I have been in Masters in the past. Last season, I really did not bother to climb. It's my fault. I had other things going on. I prioritized making videos and I prioritized having fun with you guys, which is what I'd prefer to do rather than climbing. So I have now knocked myself all the way back down because I actually ended, because I started in Platinum and I ended in Platinum because obviously from Masters you get knocked down to Plat. So I never made my way back out of Plat last season. It went terribly wrong, but let's keep going. It's all good. All right.
Fire and fury.
Potentially Arachnoid Sentry into Ravenous Flock.
Death is like the wind, always by my side.
Okay. There's no point. I mean, I could outstat, but he's probably got a stun, which then screws me up anyway. I'll see what he does. Actually, no, because I was going to say, because obviously Yasuo, his spell is for attacking enemies, so we would have potentially played into it. Do I just Concerted Strike him? Just go for a Concerted Strike on top of him. I mean, admittedly, it doesn't kill him right now. I could get the stats up, as I said, with Dragon's Clutch, but we'll let him have that. We'll let him have that. Because now we can throw you out. We could single combat to kill him, whether or not it's worth it or not. Okay, so he's going with that move. We could also heal our core if we really wanted to, or we could go with Dragon's Clutch into heal, into buffs. I feel like we're gonna be wasting that little tiny point of mana if I don't do something at the moment. I did say I like Dragon's Clutch more for the draw, but I feel like I might have to use it for stats at this moment in time. Let's go for using it for stats. I feel like he definitely throws out a bunch of stuns next turn though. I feel like we go for an open attack and he just stuns. We do have single combat and we do have Concerted Strike, which is gonna be the plan here. We'll go straight in for the attack, but I feel like he throws out some stuns. Okay, yep, stun, and stun again. So that is actually, one of those is his Yasuo, the other one is not. So we could either go for the Concerted Strike or we could go with this. I feel so. A big part of me is like, sod it. No, we'll let this one take the damage. We'll let this one, yeah. I don't mind that. Because he could throw another stun on top of it. He could also throw a deny. He could throw many other things, but we've still got the mana for Concerted Strike if we need it. This is what I'm thinking here. We still have the mana for Concerted, so although he takes damage, he doesn't exactly die yet. Whimsy! Okay, that's not what I needed to see. That's not what I needed to see. Okay, so Concerted Strike, maybe. So we're gonna kill him through that. It's upsetting because obviously, actually no. What we want is actually no, because no, she does get the kill. Don't worry, she does get the kill off of the first hit. I wanted to single combat one, and then I wanted to concerted strike the other. Like the plan was to concerted strike Swain, but you get what you get. You get what you get. And then he comes back to being a dragon at the end of the turn, unless obviously he throws out a Ravenous Flock, which yet again he could do. Yep. So he's not actually going for the kill. I mean, obviously you can go for the kill next turn if he's still got another one, but he decided not to go for the kill there. He could have actually killed that before it came back. Interesting, interesting. I mean, we do have a heal. It doesn't actually heal round, yeah, so it doesn't actually heal 100% around that. I could go for the heal and see whether or not we top deck another heal. But we do actually already have another one in hand. Potentially I leave it because it would be insane draw for me to get into that, so let's just leave it. We can play this, we can play that if we really wanted to. I think we play this, keep the heals as an option, and then we can work off of that. So yeah, no, it'd be fine, it'd be fine.
We are at war.
It does mean that he might have another Swain, or he could have another Ravenous Flock in his hand. But I'd rather. Oh, okay, okay. Fair play, fair play. I forget that he's playing Ionia. Yeah, but we've got challenge. I wanted to keep the challenge one alive more than I wanted to keep that other dragon alive. Oh, college. I mean, we are forcing out. He's forcing out a lot of his hand. That's the one good thing that we currently have right now. He has forced out a lot of his hand. We do have a
another day.
What's his face? We do have 2 challenge minions right now. 2 challenge minions. His chances of having counter is becoming less and less. I'm actually going to throw out the Herald of Dragons. We could actually have played Shyvana before, like we could have played her before this, but I wanted to see whether or not he does anything to the Herald. Okay, so he's going for the stun. Another stun? Yeah. Okay, both stuns. He's trying. He is revealing, and also he's done that without his Yasuo being on the board. His Yasuo's nearly leveled up, but he has done that without his Yasuo being on the board, which is interesting because obviously I'm going to just go for the attack. I have got heals for her as well, so I'd rather force out some of his attack now. That's fine, because obviously we're trying to break down the resources. Okay, the second the Leviathan hits, obviously we're gonna potentially have problems. But until that Leviathan hits, like we need to be forcing out all of his resource.
You'll want to give me some space, promise.
Oh, was not expecting you, but okay.
Might not have wings.
Boom, 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 boom. Now we've got to play you first, I feel. Or we could even go for playing you, actually. Go for playing you. He can still get that. He still gets that damage in. That's fine. I don't mind taking that. We then go into Herald, and then we leave that. We save the mana. We then have the challenge minion, because yet again we now get to see what he's got, because obviously his chances, he might have another stun. It's important to remember he might have another stun. Yeah, that's so. Oh, there we go. There's the stun. But now that's all of his resources done. That's like we now know that whatever he plays, he's gonna have to be top decking. So that's fine. We kill Swain here. We could throw more things out, but obviously that stat line is something that we can't 100% deal with at this moment in time. I guess the only one who can deal with it is this guy, but we kind of, yet again, we want to be keeping our resources. He's running out of resources. We want to be keeping our resources in an okay position. So we can throw out the widget, we can throw out the egghead. And then, I mean, that's going to be a big buff to us. Literally the fact that, because we've got a few dragons already on the field. Admittedly, he's already shown that he's got one of these. Okay, so We let the Eggman take this. He knew the risks when he decided to study eggs. We can even see in the artwork here. He knew the risks when he decided to study eggs, so he knew he was gonna die. So we could throw out the Herald. I just want to. So we know that he's only got one card, but this is gonna be boom, boom. This is now when he starts having squeaky bum time. This is now squeaky bum time for our opponent here. So I'm actually even going to heal up. Oh, the rally! I mean, it is now unbelievably squeaky bum time for our opponent. They've run out of resources. We've actually got quite good resources right now. We've got the ability to hook somebody, so we end up hooking his big attacker minion away from him. We then hit up with this. Actually, we keep the heralds back. Keep the heralds back. We hit up with this. And we hit up with her at the end. Let the dragons hit in first, so that then she gets the level up. So, going straight in. We've got another heal. We've got the ability to rally. This is definitely our opponent does not have much resource, as we've already stated. We don't have much resource, but the resource that we have is really good. Oh, whimsy! That's fine. That's fine. That's a smart move. It's a smart move. We still do get around it. We still get the level up. I mean, I said that dies. But right now he's still got to put more things forward. He's got to sacrifice at the moment. Don't know what you're going to be. Stun. Okay, yeah. So still stuns that, which actually does that deny? Actually no, I think the level up still goes through. Level up still goes through. We have got some of our resources stunned now, but yet again, as I said, his resources are down, and so all we need to do is rally, boom, then just go straight forward again, which is now forcing him to yet again use those resources against us. She still gets that stat boost, which puts her past that, but we also now have a strafing strike, which means that we can actually, if we want to, strafing strike that gives us an extra, which is so we can actually save her life by throwing in the additional damage in here. So we could pick this ally. Actually, no. It would have been this ally we would have gone into, but it's fine because the opponent's conceded now anyway. But that's the might of dragons. Dragons against dragons. Let's see who wore it better. But this is dragons against dragons, so I'm not 100% sure. If we can draw, actually, I'm going to keep the concerted strike. I feel like I might need the concerted strike as a little secret. So we'll see. But we have drawn okay. Obviously, as I said, there is no turn 1. But we do definitely have both of our turn 2s. Right, go for the challenge being. I feel like this might just be the mirror match of I play this and then he plays one.
To honor the fallen.
It's just that it's attack stats about. Ooh. Okay, he's got no early game. It's fine. Now we attack. We attack at the cover of daylight. Ooh. I mean, he does have a herald. Nicely done. I mean, he would have just passed. So we might as well get the damage in while we can. Okay. So throw you out. I really wish that I had there's no point in me going into this. There's no point in me going into that move. Go potentially into an open attack here.
Prepare for battle.
Into an open attack just to get rid of the herald, just to stop the single combat. That's fine because we concerted strike. Do we concerted strike? I mean, concerted strike. Actually, yeah, no, concerted strike does still kill the enemy before he hits in. So we go with that and force out whether or not he's got something else. Because he could have another single combat, or he could have. Okay, no, he doesn't. I was gonna say we had to go with that move. It was the best move. It's also got rid of a little bit more of his resources while still keeping ours alive. Oh no, it's done! He knew. We got the advantage. That's why that concerted strike. That's why we kept the concerted strike in hand. So dragons with Taric. This is definitely new. So I didn't even think about putting these two together, but I mean, like, when if you're healing them up, I mean, it's got potential. Oh, do I keep Guiding Touch? Nah, sorry, we'll get rid of Guiding Touch right now. I will still keep this one in case we get a Herald or something, but yeah, that's fine. It's not perfect, but yeah, no. So okay, so with Taric as well, I definitely want to see what's going to go on here. Come on, top deck into one of my 2 costs. Top deck into one of my 2 costs. I said top deck into one of my 2s. It's fine. It's fine. I could use Dragon's Clutch just for just that extra draw, just to potentially draw something out. Sod it. Sod it. Might as well go for the draw out. Try it, because the more that we draw out, right, then that means that the things that are left are the things that we want, right? We increase our percentage chance of drawing what we want? Maybe. Yes, there you see, look! If only I could have drawn you last round. Okay, so...
I'm glad for your help. There's much to learn in the field.
So,
seem like you've got a lot
you
to
play
learn.
one, I play one. Dragons, the mirror match.
Ready weapons. I'll follow where I can.
Yeah, so he pops off the 1 damage. It's literally like a... Because let's face it, he wants to be trying to kill my heralds. I want to be trying to kill his heralds. So if he just trades off the guys who are going to be challenging, then that's good for him.
Dragon blood, Demacian heart.
I mean, I feel like potentially maybe you should have been who I played, but I do want to try to get you leveled up quite quickly. So throwing you out now. At this moment in time, he needs to be throwing out, as I said, either a dragon or even Shyvana himself.
I've got your back.
Oh. Okay. I don't mind doing this attack forward for 2 reasons. Number 1, if he throws Bubble Man in, she's actually going to be outstatted Bubble Man anyway. What I mean is by the damage he's going to do, there's actually going to be no damage at the end of the turn that's been done. And if he throws the, the Protector in, I do have heals. The bit that it doesn't help is whether or not he's got anything above that. So, but yeah, I don't mind this because technically, but it does mean that that dragons have done damage. So there's no negative. I say there's no negative. There's no negative, and which could have said, like, you know, she just reverts back down to her 4 stat, and that so as if no damage was done. If you understand what I mean, because the buff that she got from the attack, that's all that he took away. I'm hoping that's making sense. There, see, look, she's back to full stat. But she has done some... oh no, it didn't count because obviously it was bubble, so there was no damage. Okay, right, so we didn't even get the damage out of it. Okay, so we didn't really get anything out of that. Don't worry about that. I was talking bollocks the whole time. Right, so he draws... so he can kill her. The question now is whether or not I develop dragon, or I could increase her stat line to survive. Let's wait and see how he plays it. I mean, I probably should have played a dragon so that I could have actually defended elsewise to what was on the field, but I've made my decision now. And the second that he buffs, because he could also have buffs, be it through Power Cascade, he could also have Dragon's Clutch. There's many different ways that he can get himself into the same kind of stat line. But let's see whether or not he does. Sheet. Sheet, yeah, no, Power Cascade, yeah, no. We thought we'd give it a go. We thought I'd give it a go. Okay, so the question is now whether or not I want to throw out the challenge dragon myself, start trying to get rid of some of his like little tiny things. He could also have the look. It's very important to remember that they could also have the lookout. So I'm actually gonna throw you out. There's no point in rallying right now because I've got no bald state that I want to be rallying for. But yeah, no, we can start picking off little things here and there, right? Pick off the little Eggman. I want to be playing you as well because the spell shield is really going to be like something that's going to help us. So, okay, he doesn't want to do anything at the moment. Just want to take out the Eggman. Just want to take the egg ban out for a date right now. We do have a concerted strike, which could potentially save us in the future. So if he goes for a trade, we could concerted strike this into this, which then it means that that dies without our one dying. So we also have the healing ability, so we can actually potentially heal it past his one, but it depends on whether or not he throws out another power cascade. So what we might do is we might not do anything. Allow him to go into the attack. We then heal this up. He then goes, I see your heals, and I raise. Actually, shit, that's gonna add tough. So the heals no longer mean anything. So we've got to go for the concerted strike. I wish I could have concerted strike this turn and actually got rid of Taric as well, but I can't. But yeah, no. So
Look sharp.
actually, no. The toughness doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about it. I'm talking bollocks again. I'm always one for talking bollocks. It depends on what buff he puts on top of it. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so that now sadly means that concerted strike no longer works. I've not gone into any of my other strike moves, which is very upsetting. All I can do is heal my core and hope I draw into another strikey kind of move somehow. That's not a strike move. There's another. It's a big man dragon though. Concerted strike. I could kill the protector. So if I don't kill the protector this turn, I throw. Okay, no, actually, I've got more moves if I just accept the damage. Because I can then go from that into a herald. I mean, potentially he's got his own things that he could use, but we could go herald into you, or we could even go into you, which means that we'd have full spell mana next turn, go into a mind splitter to keep this and this back. But yeah, technically if he kills the herald, we still can play some things and we can still play the mind splitter next turn. It's just that it would be nicer. So yeah, now we'll play you, get a little bit of spell mana out, as well as the fact that obviously he can't use spells against this. So I said he can still use spells against the herald, so if he's got a single combat, he can single combat here. But you know, we got mind splitter. Mind splitter, as I said, stall he's challenged me in and stop Taric, because obviously Taric is going to be granting which get tough as well as any buffs that get put on top of him. So trying to slow that son of a bitch down is going to be our best move. Yeah, slowing the son of a bitch down is going to be our best move here. We don't go into an attack, because if we go into an attack, he just defends most likely with this because he knows that it's going to be stunned otherwise, and then he gets down our mind splitter's health, and then single combat. Actually, we're still in. If he's got a concerted strike, we're still in the range of concerted strike, because we haven't actually got anything that can concerted strikes. Okay, no, Zenith Blade. Okay, I can only assume that he's going for the Zenith Blade moves because he's got a single combat. So if he throws another Zenith Blade on here, we can presume he's got single combat. Which admittedly, if I go for the attack or do not go for the attack, it's meaningless, because he can still, he's single combat. It's a fast speed move. It's not like it's slow speed. Yeah, but right now those still get stunned for the next turn. Power Cascade. He's got to have he's got to be going into a single combat move, right? You don't go for this unless you're going balls to the wall single combat. Or he could still use concerted, but he could have used concerted without using all those resources. Single combat? No, okay, strafing. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. He also gets the heal out of it as well. Actually, no, he did not get the heal out of it. Okay, that's fine. We now go for this attack forward. There's no downside to doing this attack. There would have been in the past, because he could have said use that other one, but he can't, which is, there's no downside to that attack right now. The fact that it's got spell shield means that he can't use things like the strafing strike or whatever, which are single combat. We do, as I said, also have Concerted Strike ourselves.
Come, Guardian.
Ooh, he's playing the Arbiter as well. This is devastating. Okay, so we do still have Concerted. I want to top deck into another one of my strike abilities right now because that's what I'm definitely going to need. Potentially, yeah. So we use Strafing into his Taric. So we use Concerted Strike to get rid of you, and then we use Strafing to get rid of Taric. It does mean taking damage from the Arbiter. Okay, so what's the way round that we do mathematics here? Okay, so he's throwing that directly onto Taric. So before that hits, because obviously that's going to increase his attack by 1. So before that hits, we hit him with this. I mean, he could always Bastion as well. Don't forget that he's running the Targon deck, so potentially Bastion also gets involved as well. But if he's not got Bastion, then we throw that on top of that, so that then goes into him, and then we throw Concerted Strike onto Shyvana. Yeah, so Bastion.
The fight never ends.
Okay. So he gets the level up as well. But he needs to attack forward to get the and sadly, yeah, that does actually now mean that he outshines this one for its attack. So we could either Concerted Strike to make sure that Taric dies, or we could make sure that you die, or we make sure that the Arbiter dies. Okay. This definitely feels like the wrong choice. Because it definitely probably is the wrong choice. But potentially we get rid of you. We could... I mean... No, we still get rid of Taric. We still get rid of Taric. We do the 1 damage into him first, and then we do the 6 damage into him. Actually, that's not how that works, I don't think. Actually, but... Yeah, no. Oh, crap. Okay, I probably should have killed the Arbiter. But sod it. I made my decisions, which definitely were not the smart decisions, but they were decisions that were made. Actually, that somehow kept him alive, which I was not expecting him to stay alive, so that's good. For some reason, I don't know what happened there, but I actually thought he was supposed to die. But okay, that's fine. I mean, if he doesn't die, he doesn't die. I mean, we're about to die because I don't think we can stop all the damage which is about to come at us. So I think that we still die, sadly. Because because I mean we can block that damage there. We can block that damage. But I mean, we can survive on 1 health. Which is not the best. But it could be a lot worse. So we can kill his Arbiter. Yeah, no, we've kind of got to go for that move, haven't we? Because he's unkillable, we can't even do damage. So there's no point in sacrificing the Herald, because I mean all that would have done, we would be on 2. That's all that would give us as a stat line, because he still has the Overwhelm. But what we're gonna have to do is just try to find a way around this. Dragon's Clutch, do you draw me something? Because right now, let's face it, you're good, but he just has to attack 4th next turn. If we can Dragon's Clutch into into the Hoodafoos. Okay, we did not Witchcraft. I was gonna say if we could into Mind Splitter, we could have then stunned both of those, but sadly there was no Mind Splitter, so we don't have the stat line that we need. We still throw the big man out, because by throwing the big man out, we can, if we attack forward, he probably defends with Arbiter, which at least means that that's 1 less thing. But he's already still got another Zenith Blade in the hand. Oh, I mean we're dead. We're dead. We're dead in every single way, shape, and form. We are dead in every single way, shape, and form imaginable. He could even sacrifice Taric here, and it means nothing because the overwhelm on top of both of these guys just kills us. Yeah, sadly, there's nothing that we can even top deck into. But it's a good match. It's a good match. I can't deny that. It was more the fact that we didn't have anything that could combat. It's because he saved Taric with that Bastion, saving Taric's life. We had no chance after he did that. So what we can do is there's no. I mean, if he doesn't let us have a sneaky plan, there's no way we're gonna have a sneaky plan. So what we can do, heal. Yeah, no, we're dead. We're dead. GG. GG. So yeah, that was the dragon deck. I still, there's definitely something in this. I mean, let's face it, this archetype is going to be explored massively. I kind of like this deck because it has the advantage of still having the strikes in there. So especially if you're against something like Tom Kench or whatnot, then you can get those strikes in. Technically, that Taric, if he hadn't had his Bastion, would have been screwed. But obviously, he did. You know, that's if ifs were buts and coconuts, you know, whatever the hell. But no, it's all good. Which they played well. There was nothing we could do about that. But no, I mean, it's still, it can win quite a lot against quite a lot of things. It's actually a really good deck, especially once you just like start pushing forward, especially those rallies. Like once you get your opponent out of resources, if you're taking away all of their stuff on the board with all these like, you know, concerted strikes, strafing and whatnot, like you end up with nothing. Like they've got no way to go. So it's a really good deck. I do like it. Please let me know what you think, or if you use this deck, or if you want to make changes to it, please let me know down in the comment section down below what happens and whatnot. And if you enjoyed the content, why not hit that subscribe button? There is also, as I said, the links to the Twitch where I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. There's also the Discord link. All the things. Do not feel forced. It's all up to you whether or not you want to go to it. But thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye. Right. I'm going to actually kill you because that gives me a card. I mean, I was hoping it... Well, shit!